What's up, everybody? Brett here with Double Shots. Today we are doing kind of a double technology video. It was requested from someone that asked me about it. So it's kind of a double feature, first and foremost. It's over Ting Mobile and OnePlus, the Nord N10 5G. So we're going to start off first and foremost with the one side of the cellular, and then we're going to work our way to the phone. So it might be a lengthy video. Let me get into everything as well. I was not paid by either Ting or OnePlus to do this video. I'm not getting a promotion. I'm not getting a subscription from them. I'm not getting anything for free from them. I'm doing this based off of my own review. We will also show a speed test at the end of this to see what the speeds are kind of like going from there. So, Ting Mobile, what are they? Well, they are a MVNO. So for any of you that do not know what an MVNO stands for, they're an American Mobile Virtual Network Operator, which pretty much they go ahead and they use certain networks. One of the networks that they do use is an IC primarily. They say they use all networks minus AT&T. Well, we know there's no longer Sprint, so you can't use Sprint's network. So that would mean they use T-Mobile's network and Verizon's network. I know for a fact they use T-Mobile's network because that's actually concentrated based off of my market, the St. Louis market. So yes, they do use T-Mobile's market. Now, what they piggyback as far as off of kind of going from there, you're going to get identical coverage to what T-Mobile's network has. However, data is prioritized in a way that you're not going to, you're going to see good speeds, but you're not going to get the full advantage speed as what you would get on T-Mobile's actual network going from there. However, one of the things that's really cool, and a lot of MVNOs are doing it, even Mint Mobile's doing it, a lot of them are doing it, is they're giving you the 5G access included in the plan. So you would get, if you had a phone that was able to go ahead and have 5G, keep in mind, you would be able to do it. You really can't see it well on here. I'll go ahead and I'll push it up here. I'm not sure if you can see it very well, but I do have 5G and I have voice over LTE on this OnePlus phone. It's an unlocked model. Can you see it on there?
Yeah.
It's really hard to see, isn't it?
It's a little bit blurry.
Yeah, it's hard to see, but we'll get into the phone part here shortly with that. So, Ting Mobile, if you don't want to be on the traditional lockdown on a plan, you don't want to sign up a subscriber, Ting Mobile's a great way to go. They use all networks. In my market area, they use T-Mobile. So if you don't want to use T-Mobile themselves, Ting has a great option for you. So they have many different plans here, and we'll go ahead and we'll talk about these. Now, the cool thing about their plans, they have everywhere from $10 to $60 a month. However, one of the things that we're going to talk about is if you notice all their plans, there's going to be some sort, minus the Flex plan, there's going to be some sort of data where you could use for mobile hotspot. So more usage for hotspot. It's something that's a plus here. Now, they are on the postpaid side of things as well, too. So, they do bill you. They require a debit or credit card on file, and you pretty much pay at the end of your cycle. They give you a billing date. They activate service. Everything's pretty much straightforward online. They give you all the tools to be able to do it. You're able to shop for phones. You're able to look at their coverage based off of your zip code. You can shop. You can even check for your phone. So now one thing that you're going to want to do before you can come over to them, you're going to want to make sure you have an unlocked phone. So when you have an unlocked phone, it allows you to be able to go in between subscribers. So if you're with a network company, if you're with one of the major carriers such as Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, and you have a phone that will work on their network, you're going to want to make sure it's unlocked before you go ahead and you bring it over. And you were able to check the IMEI to make sure it's not on a blacklist or anything of that nature, to where it's not lost or stolen, and it can be used on their network and go from there. So let's go ahead and talk about their Flex plan. Their Flex plan is $10 a month plus $5 per gig of LTE 5G coverage. So all your plans come with 4G LTE and 5G data. They allow you to be able to use that. Now, this one per se does not give you... this is great for somebody that just needs talk and text and does not need data. This is for somebody that just does strictly talking and texting per month, and that's it. They leave the other stuff off the band of it, and going from there. That's a pretty amazing deal at $10 a month. I'll tell you that for now. That's really, really good. You're not going to find anything really comparable with that. Just for again, for unlimited talk and text. And if you decide you're going to use data, it's $5 per gig. It gives you nationwide LTE and 5G coverage. And it can be shared across shared data across all lines that you have with them. So pretty much as far as other things, keep in mind on 5G, you have to have a 5G compatible phone. So it has to be able to have that and go from there. Such as the phone I showed you, and we'll go into that again later. Then they have what's called Set 5. This is their $25 plan per month. It's 5 gigs of LTE and 5 gigs of 5G data. So pretty much, you get that shared across between both sides. So you can either, whether you're in an LTE or 5G area, you're going to be able to get that. You're going to subsequently also have unlimited talk and text. You're going to have your nationwide LTE plus 5G coverage. However, all 5 gigs can be used as a mobile hotspot. So for unlimited talk and text for $25 a month, that's a pretty good steal of a deal. Now, make sure that you stay within that portion, the 5 gigs, because then otherwise from there, you're going to be paying for extra data. But it's not a bad deal for $25 a month. Then unlimited. Here's your unlimited. It's $45 a month. You get 22 gigs of LTE 5G data split across the board. Unlimited talk and text. Nationwide LTE plus 5G coverage. And it includes 12 gigabytes of hotspot. So you can use up to 12 gigs of mobile hotspot. And that's kind of for that price and everything, it's really, really modest. Just because they're giving you a bundle selection that a lot of companies do not give you for hotspot data. Then they have they have one more plan, which is their Unlimited Pro for somebody that needs a high amount of data. It's $60 a month, 35 gigs of LTE, 5G data, unlimited talk and text subsequently, and then that includes 30 gigs of hotspot usage. So this gives you a big bundle at $60 a month for coverage, for T-Mobile's coverage. Now, data prioritization. Keep in mind, T-Mobile customers are going to get that higher prioritization, sorry, it's a hard word to say sometimes, than the MVNOs. So you might have higher pings with your MVNOs. You might not get as high of data speeds as what you do with T-Mobile themselves. However, you're subsequently getting their same network. On set and unlimited plans, which would be set and unlimited, these two, data speed is reduced to 2G, which is slower than turtles, after monthly data allotment and exceeded. So it is exceeded. So pretty much what you're given allocated towards, if you go over that, they're going to bump you down to 2G speeds, which is very, very slow speeds going from there. Modest opinion, as I have the One Plus on that network right now, as you can tell. And I'll show it to you right there. It says Ting Mobile. I actually have this One Plus Nord 10, the Nord 10 5G on it. It works just as good as the... It does. It works just as good as what T-Mobile's network is. The difference is, you pretty much, if you need to do something, you do everything through your customer chat. You'll have to log in. They'll ask you for questions, and pretty much you do everything through a customer chat, as traditional brick and mortar going from there. Next off, as far as off of things, OnePlus, their phone Is it a good phone? Is it a bad phone? Is it a phone that I would personally purchase? Going from there, well, there's a lot of phones in the market today. We look at budgets. We look at stuff that is able to do what we need to do. Of course, your biggest players in the market today, everybody talks about Apple. You talk about Samsung. There are two biggest players of the mobile market in the nation. Yesterday I was actually out and about. I went near an Apple store, and it was crazy just to see the line at an Apple store. Samsung store, Samsung stores, kind of the same way. But there are other alternatives that go into the marketplace that can provide very good phones at a fraction of the cost. So, in question to that, this is the OnePlus N10 5G. Why does it have 5G? It's just as it says. It's a 5G capable phone. It's more of a budget. Price-wise, you got to watch. There's many different variants out there. There's a Euro model and there's a US model. If you're in the United States, you're going to want that US model. If you're in the Euro, being European markets, you're going to want that. Now, there is a big difference because the US model is not a dual SIM phone. It's a one SIM card phone as compared to the Euro model is a dual SIM. So you can have two SIM cards in it at one time, use either one. As well, it offers on the Euro, it offers 5G in European markets as it has that variant for the bands. And it only allows for 4G in the United States. Now, the N10 for the US, the one that we're going to be talking about today, this one strictly, it's a 5G capable phone. However, the 5G, it only works for, you guessed it, T-Mobile's market. AT&T's market, it will not work. It won't work with any, so if you have a device that is going through T-Mobile, whether it's Mint Mobile, Metro PCS, it will work. As well, you'll get some of the benefits of being able to use the hotspot, as well your Wi-Fi calling in addition to. Now, one of the things that, and I'm going to go back to the Ting side of things, your APN settings. Your APN settings are going to show up as T-Mobile's on here, but then there's going to be a text message they're going to send you that gets it to where you have the correct settings for Ting, because Ting Mobile has a different set of APN functions than T-Mobile's. So that's pretty big there. It will send you that when you do it. Meanwhile, the Nord 10 comes in Midnight Ice. It has a 90 hertz refresh rate. It comes in a 6 gigabit of RAM plus 128 gigabyte of storage, and it has an expandable memory slot, which to me, I've always enjoyed those features on a phone. I've always been against companies, and I'm kind of in that way with Samsung right now. As my daily driver, I use a Note 20 Ultra 5G. However, I'm probably not going to upgrade to the S21 just because of the fact of it doesn't have that expandable storage unit to it, to where you can stick an SD card into it. To me, I like having stuff offloaded to that, documents, music, little things pictures. I like that being off of my phone and not clogging up the memory. Yeah, it is probably faster on the phone, but it's always nice to have some of that stuff driven off of there. Yeah, there also is cloud storage that you can get as well too, but I would rather not be on cloud storage. Going from there, there's limited stuff that I keep over a cloud. Going from there, so it has a Snapdragon 690 5G processor, which is one of Qualcomm's budget 6 series chips, hence 5G processor. Going from there, so it comes with Android 10.0 loaded into it. It's got a powerhouse battery. It's got a 4,300 milliamp battery, fast charging. So this is big. This will fast charge, and I'll be up and be able to use it in no time. Going from there, it's got a nice 6.49 inch screen display. 64 megapixel, and it's USB-C 2.0. Now, I've only been using this for a little bit. The nice thing also about unlocked phones, it's not tied down to all the carrier bloat. So guess what? I don't have to go through here, and I don't have to delete a lot of what the carriers put on their phones prior to everything. So that's one of the benefits of buying an unlocked phone. Plus, another benefit is, if I decide, hey, Ting isn't for me, I can plop over to T-Mobile and say, okay, T-Mobile, I want your SIM card. Voila, put it in there. Mint Mobile, if I want AT&T without the 5G, great, wonderful. It's there. It's that option going from there. Same thing. But anyway, as far as off of that, the picture quality of everything, it's not a bad picture quality. It has a very, very good refresh rate. It has the portrait, low motion video, portrait, nightscape as well too. And then you also have your pro movements on it in addition to it. So in the box, what you get your phone, you get your nice little start guide. You get your SIM pin, so that way you can put in your SIM card of your carrier. And then you get your charger, which is kind of bulky, and it's more of a plasticky than wiry feel. But it's pretty thick and durable to me. I mean, considering, this really does, now these end tips to the USB, I'm not really a fond of, but it's doable. And then again, it's a little bit of a bulky charger, but this is for your warp charging that it gives you, and I'll be actually using that later. And then for some that don't like to use headphone jacks, where on some models you're using USB-C, or you're going and you're using wireless headphones, you have your 3.5 millimeter jack on it. So it does give you that option to be able to go ahead and plug the old headset or headphones into it to be able to use the phone. For if you want to, go ahead and listen to things, you can listen wired. Now, speed-wise, on the speed test, we're going to go back to the Ting portion of things, and let's go ahead and find out what our speeds are going to be here. I want to change the server, actually. We're going to change it to T-Mobile server, T-Mobile 5G. Of course, you're using their network. Let's see what it gives you on a speed test right here. Look at the millisecond of ping. You're at 90 milliseconds. Your jitter's at 7 milliseconds. So that's increasingly a high ping at 90 milliseconds. But the speeds aren't really, 60 is not bad for 5G. It's not anything, oh my gosh, it's very good. 36.3 for the upload's very impressive. And that's on T-Mobile's. Now, let's go ahead and change it. It had me at MissouriCom here. MissouriCom. Let's see what MissouriCom's ping comes out at. 84 milliseconds on the ping. 14 milliseconds on the jitter. So our jitter has gone up, which is thus why we're reducing our speed here a little bit. But it's slowly creeping up. About 56.4 on the download. And about 34, 35. 34, 35. What are we going to get? And 35.7 on the upload. So, in honesty, you're getting a decent speed. Now, the closer I was probably to the tower, I would probably get a better speed. Call quality. I haven't seen anything different compared to Ting or T-Mobile. It's identical call quality, reception area, Same reception. I haven't seen anything better or different. However, again, this phone, this Nord 10 5G, if you're honestly looking to save a couple dollars, I mean, if you're looking to save a lot of money, not looking to spend a high price, get it and buy and pay it off immediately, have it, own it. It's a great phone to honestly have. It's very durable. It's solid. I like the camera face on it. On the back, I kind of like the fingerprint sensor that's on the back of it to be able to unlock it. It's a really sharp phone. Again, another positive is it doesn't have all the carrier bloat. So I don't have to go in there the second that I get it, either disable stuff or get rid of some of the stuff that I really don't want on my phone. And it works really, really good coverage-wise compared to my Note 20 Ultra that I honestly have. It does really, really good. Now, I've only had it for a couple days, but what I'm going to do here is over the next week, I might do a side-by-side comparison, comparing T-Mobile's network to Ting's network, different coverage area, and see which one does a little bit does a little bit more pull. But so far, identical. This is actually a phone to kind of snag. But again, keep in mind, there's lots of different choices in the models that they make. I know Amazon sells a couple of them. Amazon carries the Euro model and the US version. So if you're in the United States, you're going to want that US version. As I know of Amazon's model that they sell, it's strictly T-Mobile's 5G. So if you have Verizon, it's not, from what I hear, it will not work because it's all, this phone will not work with them because it's only for GSM carriers as well too. It will work for AT&T, I know that for a fact, but it will only give you 4G LTE because it doesn't have the bands open yet for 5G LTE. I would assume later on down the road it would open to that. So you could be able to get 5G without breaking the bank if you're really wanting to get your feet wet with T-Mobile, Mint, Ting Wireless, even Metro by T-Mobile, and be able to take advantage of that. And then you have a phone that's unlocked without any carrier bloat if you want to go ahead and switch between provider to provider. Ting's network, what would I rate it? I would rate it a B+. Again, they're great. I've actually talked to the customer chat before, and they're excellent people. I mean, if you have a problem, they're able to get it done and go from there. They're simplified. Everything's simplified. You know what your bill's going to be every month. The downfalls, you got to be on auto pay. Sorry, that's the only way you can use the service. You got to be on auto pay. I know some people don't like to be on auto pay because mysterious charges. Hey, it does happen sometimes. But yes, that's kind of the downfall of everything. The Nord 10, I give this phone actually an A+ in my book. It's for the budget, for the price, and what all features it has. It sits up there with a high-end phone. It sits up there. I would compare honestly with the S21. Call me critical or whatever. I would actually compare it really with the S21, the base model of the S21 or the S20 itself. It really does. So it gets you into the plane market with an awesome phone, and it has zero lag to it as well too. So you really can't. I mean, it has great RAM management to it as well, which is always a plus to any phone that you have. Going from there. So you have your RAM boost, a whole bunch of stuff off of it. I mean, it's really, really for a phone. OnePlus has been out for a while. They make very, very good phones. They really do. It also has Oxygen OS 10.5.7 on it as well too. And the nice thing about it as well too, you got a full high definition screen to it. You've got a 64 megapixel camera. You have an 8 megapixel camera and a 2+2 quad camera on it as well too. It actually shows you your specs in here, but you can also become a beta tester. So if they have beta stuff that comes out, new software updates, you'd be one of the first ones to get it. Yeah, new software does have kinks to it, but it's always better to be able to help solve that solution by getting those kinks out of the newer software updates than anything. I would give that an A+ for a phone. So to the person that asked about Ting Mobile, using the OnePlus Nord, I'd give you a thumbs up. I would recommend it. Honestly, if I wasn't a Samsung fan or a fanboy of Samsung, that would honestly be the phone that I would use all the time. I might actually consider using this a little bit more as my second line and going from there. It's a really, really cool phone. I really, really like it. And it puts up, to me, again, big competition. I mean, call me skeptical. I think it puts up good competition with the S20 and the S21. Memory-wise, as far as off of things kind of going from there. The S20 and the S21, depending on who your provider is. I know Verizon's, they only give you 8 gigs of RAM on the Verizon S20. So it would put up some big, to me, it puts up some big play with those carriers and everything. If you're looking for Ting Mobile, if you're looking for the Nord, this is the video you want to watch. I might come back and do another video again, like I said, here in a week. Do a side-by-side comparison with a couple different phones. If you like this video, click the like button below. If there's a question you want to ask, comment below. If you like this channel and our videos, subscribe to our channel. We're trying to pump out new videos every day and get you better quality content. I know Dylan likes to do the sports side. I do more of the technology side of things. If there's any other questions for you, comment below. I hope this video was very informational for somebody that was looking for Ting or looking to go ahead and get the Nord OnePlus phone. If that helped make their decision a little better. Again, user knowledge is also one of those things when buying phones you want to do in addition to things. So make sure that phone has the features for you. Unlocked phones, they are great. I've always been a bound believer. All my phones have been unlocked. Over the last 4 years, I've always bought an unlocked phone simply for that advantage. If I wanted to leave a carrier, I'm able to do that and go to somebody different and go from there. So that's one of the things I will say, regardless of phone, I'm always a step ahead of that just because I like unlocked versions. Yeah, you might not get some of the benefits and features of some of the network or the Wi-Fi calling in that, but you're able to manipulate what you're able to do with each of those phones and be able to customize to your own without having all that carrier bloat tied down to them. So, Brett here with Double Shots once again. I hope you like this video. Subscribe to our channel, and I will see you guys at our next technology video.